What's going on, YouTube, my YouTube family? I gotta get a drink of water. It's C Get Fit, also known as Chris Get Fit Davis on Facebook, C Get Fit on Instagram. This video I'm going to be doing based upon, for me as a beginner, for people that is beginning. What I meant to say is basically how important it is to kind of sort of count calories for myself. Okay, and then I'll just give you a little brief testimony of mine. I decided to start working out very hard, and I think it was July of 2018. Okay, working out very hard, July of 2018. The one point about it was I didn't even change any of my eating habits, and I'll get to that in another video. Actually, I'll probably do that tomorrow. I didn't change any of my eating habits at all. So I figured that, dealing with me, I did do workouts. I did do a whole lot of workouts and everything like that. I did workouts, I jogged, and I played basketball. So basketball is basically cardiovascular as well. So say I could burn in between 600 to 700 calories playing basketball, in between about 400 to 500 doing the jogging, depending upon how long your jog is. So say for example, I burn 1,100 calories. I work out for an hour. That's another 900 to 1,000 calories. So I burn 2,200 calories. My main thing was, I was not, and there's a lot of things that you see, is the serving sizes on things. So say for example, I burn 2,200 calories or whatever, and for me, I would just eat and get stuff till I get stuffed and I'll be on chill. Like for example, at one point in time, I used to eat a whole pizza by myself, 8 slices by myself. And what people don't know, in dealing with that, that is a possibility of you eating over 2,000 calories in one meal. So even though I burn, say for example, 2,200 calories, I just ate 2,400 calories with one meal. So that basically kind of sort of eliminated. That's just one meal. So think about later on during that day on whatever I eat and not counting out the serving sizes of things with that, because it'll tell you what your calories are. Take a little sip of water. Like for example, let me get this for you. I'll be right back. Like for example, this is a prop, this joint is empty. Like for example, this jar of peanut butter, right here. Okay, say for example, or whatever, with this jar of peanut butter, I'm looking at the nutritional facts of it right here. It has 4 servings, serving size is 2 tablespoons. It's 190 calories per serving with this. I was not looking at the serving sizes and not looking at what I was putting into my body with the serving sizes. So when it comes to that, or whatever, I started to count calories. I started working, I wasn't counting calories in July of 2018 all the way to the end of the year. So I was kind of getting upset. I'm sitting here like, I'm not getting any results. What is going on? So at the time, there's some people that do know me They know I actually write and direct and act in films. I had a film that I had to do in May of this year, and what happened was we worked out very vigorously from January 4th on. So before we even met up, I started working out in January 4th, and before we met up with my man Johnny, which Johnny really worked this hard. Shout out to him, a Marine, former Marine, he's a veteran. I was there, and I was at a friend's house, and I'm sitting there counting in my head about how much protein. I was thinking about the protein I was getting, anything like that, or anything. And she was like, "Well, do you know you're supposed to count your calories? There's an easier way to count your calories." So what happened was I got on an app on my phone, on this phone, which is a little bit older, my older phone, and I put on the Under Armour MyFitnessPal calorie counter app. That really helped me out because even though I was looking at the things here, because I was going to eat a certain protein, I wanted to get to reach a certain protein level. When I did that, it showed me everything that was in what I was eating, so I knew what was going into my body. Everybody says, well, guess, like this, for example. They say, well, peanut butter is a good source of protein. Yeah, it is. You get 7 grams of protein in a serving of this. But what you don't see is you get 15 grams of fat in each serving. So say if you get 4 tablespoons, you're ready to make a couple sandwiches. You have put more fat in your body than you did protein with this. So you get 14 grams of protein, but 30 grams of fat. And, you basically have to work it off. But in dealing with the MyFitnessPal calorie counter, you work out, and you're working out at a vigorous rate. You can put in what you did on your workouts and everything. It'll tell you how many calories you burn. With that, when it shows you how much calories you burned, even though you have eaten, it will increase your calorie intake for that day. So, in dealing with that, that doesn't mean you have to eat that calorie intake. Like for me, as people know, I dropped a considerable amount of weight. I used to be 280. I dropped at one point all the way down to 196, got happy, and I ballooned back up to about 246 at the time before I slimmed down to where I'm at right now, which is 209. And so basically what happens is that what you have to do is really know what you're putting into your body, number one. Like for me, for example, today is the non-workout day. I probably would burn some calories just walking vigorously. So most of the time when I work out, my non-workout day, I probably burn 300 to 500 calories just walking. Up and down different places and stuff like that. So for example, I have to eat 3,050 calories because I'm getting ready to drop an extra 9 pounds to get to even 200. But does that when I work out and I burn stuff and I eat, and it says I have such amount of calories left, it doesn't necessarily mean that I have to totally get those calories and destroy them, or whatever. And that's what some people get misconstrued. The one thing is always count your calories. Watch it because it's very, very important for you to count it because, like I said, in my journey, I thought that, hey, I worked out and I wasn't doing anything with the serving sizes, as well. So it's always very important to count your calories, as a beginner while you're eating.